family and friends. It's been a while since I posted anything. I've been just super crazy busy. Yeah, so looks like this is gonna be the last nice weekend of the summer/fall. We're supposed to get pretty cold weather coming up next week, so it really feels like fall and rushing to get things done. So I haven't filmed much. I'm gonna try to make this video to kind of update on what's going on, what we have been doing. As you can tell, I'm pulling a camper behind me. This is my deer hunting camper. I put a bigger stove in it. Yeah, I put a bigger wood stove in it with the price of propane and whatnot. As you know, if you've seen me before, I hunt in enclosed deer stands. Mostly because of my young daughter that has autism and she likes hunting, but I try to keep her comfortable. So last year I made this camper and I put a small little wood stove in it. It worked okay, but I ended up pretty much feeding the thing almost the whole time I was out there. Like, the wood would burn too fast because it would only take small little chunks of wood and whatnot. So I'm using a bigger wood stove, one that I can take out of here when the season's over, and I can put in my fish house that I use on the ice. So it's gonna be a dual purpose wood stove. I actually did use it last year in my fish house and it worked great, and that's why I decided that I want to use it in here this year. So I have wood, as you know. I'm putting in a wood boiler and I got some wood now, so I should be fine on using wood. I do have a 100-pound propane tank on this thing that's about half full. It works nice in the morning when I get out there first and just turn the propane on quick to start heating up the shack while I build a fire and that gets all warmed up and whatnot. So I'm using some propane, but it maybe the first 15 minutes, then I just shut it down. So should be fun. So yeah, I'm bringing this back out to the cabin. I brought it home so I can do modifications for it to make sure I can fit that bigger wood stove in it. So I'm gonna bring this out to the cabin and I'm gonna go back home. And yeah, tomorrow we'll be back here digging potatoes. So yeah, I'll update you on all the projects we have going on and how things are going. So, well, there she is. Oh. So just an old $500 camper that I bought last year. Like I said, it still has a 100-pounder on there. I replaced these windows last year. So instead of being these, I know, awning looking type windows, I put actual double hungs that are upside down. And here's the wood stove. So yeah, I built that little bed for my daughter to lay down on, which works really nice. Has a little propane one. Like I said, I turn this one on when you first get out here. Then I build a fire and away we go. But yeah, it works pretty good. So at this height, I can pretty much just lay the gun out and it's at eye level. So it works really good to have these upside down. So yeah, that's what she looks like. A little seat here. She comes up and sits here with me and kind of be watching for deer. And then when she gets tired, she goes lays down for a while. And it's kind of easy. Just turn around and open up the thing and put some more wood on there. And I have this fan. It's super nice. It works on heat somehow. A heat transfers over and it just starts spinning. So that circulates the air in here. So it's just really nice, especially right away in the morning when you first start hunting. The windows sometimes are frosted up, but it takes no time at all, and they clear up. So for now I'll leave it here. Once I bring it out to where we hunt, I'll do some more setups and whatnot and fix her up. But for now, she's here. Yeah, this we'll have to fix up after we bring it out there, because everything of course shifts and moves. So yeah, she's good to go. Now as you can tell, colors are turning yellow and orange and all kinds of cool fall colors now. So yeah, fall is here. The leaves started falling. So yeah, a lot of people are taking crops. Those beans look like they'll be done ready in about a week or so. All other grains are already off. Some farmers already put in winter wheat or winter rye. So yeah, things are moving along pretty good. Farmers having actually a pretty good year, considering the late start with the wet spring and everything we had. So yeah, I like this time of the year. We might go for a little ride in the woods. There's actually small game season started already in Minnesota. I did not have time yet to go out and hunt. Just way too busy. Plus, I don't like it this early in the season. That's way too much coverage. You can't really see the birds in the woods unless they're like right out on the road. So we have plenty of time. The season goes till the end of the year. So, okay. Well, get home and do some more things, and then tomorrow digging potatoes, digging beets, and doing some salsa and some other stuff. So busy weekend. Alright, it's potato digging time. As you can tell, the garden wasn't super nicely maintained this year, but yeah, it's been a busy year. So I got the onions out of this side already. We had 2 rows of onions. So now looks like the potatoes are the plants are dead, so just gotta dig them up. We have well, we did have 5 rows, but some of them didn't really pan out good. So we have that 4 row, but then here I only have a partial row. Some of them died or didn't come up. So yeah, so we have 5 rows. Looks like everything else is kind of done for. Yeah, my cucumbers froze, cabbage was eaten. This one I picked, and this one I picked, but the rest of them are. So I ate froze here 3 nights ago. So this was zucchini, it's all frozen. Looks like this was to be Brussels sprouts, but the deer just love it. I guess they just chew the shit out of it. So yeah, and then all the tomatoes are just pretty much frozen dead. So by the end of the day, I want to pick up all the cages, all the plants. I'm gonna throw them on the trailer. So this garden should be ready to till. It won't happen today, but yeah. So that's the plan. Dig up the potatoes and go home and do something else. Hopefully I can get this done by noon, 1 o'clock ish. Okay, so we're at home now. Last I filmed, I was splitting some wood for the boiler. Yeah, so this has these 2 piles. Yeah, should be, I think it's a strong 5 cord. I know the tamarack I got from my buddy should be pretty close to, well, it's a 3 cord, but this other pile kind of shrunk a little bit, dried out. So this is, I would say, a good 2.5, so about 5.5 cord here. And then since then I got 12 cord of ash, which is this stuff here, and as you can see I cut a bunch of it up already, but it was a big pile here, and I have that pile there. And we got the pegs to put the boiler in. I didn't have enough pegs, that insulated pipe, to reach from the house all the way kind of here and then back to the garage. So we made the executive decision to move where the stove is going to be. So there we are. So there's a line coming from the house, as you can tell, all the way here, and there's a second line going from here to the garage here. And since then I have the pegs in the garage already, and then I boxed this in and put insulation so it stays nice and warm. I did the same on the house over there. I have a box. So that's where we at. So the stove is gonna go here, then have a little bit extra over there to kind of have a nice high dry spot when I feed the stove. And then of course here I split and cut 6 more cords. So these are 4 high, 4 wide, 24 each. So it's 3 cords here and 3 cords here, so it's 6. Then I figured since I have this extra room here, I'm gonna put another cord and a half, because I wanna finish that small pile. I think that's gonna fill up this spot. Plus I cleaned out this lean-to, and I'm gonna put some wood in there too. So I think I might keep going with the wood until I fill that one in too, to start cutting from that pile. Then we should be in good shape. Pretty much we'll have 6 plus 6, we have, well, about 12, and another 12, about 13 cord, I would say. It's gonna be cut and split. I don't think we're gonna use that much this winter, even though this is not super dry wood, but it's ash and it should burn just fine. It might not be super efficient like I would like it to be, because it's not dry enough. But if I keep cutting and have stuff already cut and then finish that pile next spring or during the winter or something, I'm gonna put whatever's left from that pile inside the barn. That's gonna be the plan. So then it can start drying for next year. And I'd like to get another 12 cord of that ash, so I can start chopping away at it early spring, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so I cleaned out the barn, so I can put 4 of those pallets on this side, so that would be 6 cord. Well, maybe not 4, I don't know. And then of course on these sides I can put 4 on each side. So really I can fit 12 cord just in this side of the barn. So I have lots of room. I just need time to cut and split. But I'd like to be ahead of the game for next year, so we will probably use a lot less wood that way if the wood is dry. So this ash is not too bad. I use my meter and some of it is at 20 already, but there were some that were in the 30s, so I guess depending on where it was in the pile. But it's nice and open and windy where it's at, so hopefully we lose a little bit more moisture. Okay, so actually I just got that thing done after I got home from the cabin. So okay, now one thing I still have to do is run electricity from the electrical panel to where the wire comes in, because I buried wire with that PEX pipe, so I have to run some electricity. Yeah, so this is where the PEX comes in from the outside the garage to that lean-to, and this is the electric wire. So what I gotta do is I'm gonna put a junction box up here and then run the wire up to the roof, to the attic, and you're gonna have to come down here. And I have an open, this one is open, so I can run it down and connect it to that one, and then we'll have power. Whew. Otherwise, here's what I have to rush and pick when that frost came. So I have a bunch of tomatoes, green tomatoes. They're kind of, some of them actually are turning red since I picked them, so that's good. We have cucumbers and squash, and those are some peppers that I just picked with the plant. There's so many little peppers. The little, call them lunch peppers. You can just eat them straight up. Have some more peppers in the box underneath. Have a bunch of red tomatoes here. Eggplant, more tomatoes, bunch of onions. We're gonna make some salsa from the ripe tomatoes here. We're getting a whole bunch of those. Gonna make sure we use them before they go bad. So we have everything we need for salsa, so we should be in good shape. So that should be a plan. I think starting in a couple hours here. Otherwise, yeah, progress. So yeah, I gotta run that, and then another project I have is I have to put a register in our master bedroom. For some reason, this is an older house and it came with the electric board, heating board, and they had no furnace. But at one time somebody did put a furnace in, but for some reason they didn't run the register into the bedroom. I don't know why. But so now, since I'm gonna use this heat source, might as well have it in all the rooms. So I do have to install one of these too. So gotta get that done before winter and deer season. There's my electric cable here. So lots of projects. So now you're caught up. Let's see what else happens here. I'm gonna take a beer break and start a new project. So I should go out for a drive. It's a nice day, but still have some shit to do. So we'll see.